Hi guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel, and today I thought we would do a reading on what does your person want or need from you at this time. This is a requested reading, and just a disclaimer, just because we're peeking behind the veil here and looking at what your person wants or needs from you does not mean that you owe them anything or that you have to agree with their assessment of the situation, or you are obligated to do anything in any way. So that being said, I've got 3 piles here: pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. If you need another minute to choose your pile, go ahead and stop the video here. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and start with pile number 1. All right, pile number 1, let's take a look. Okay, pile number 1. What does your person want/need from you at this time? So I can see right off the bat that your person is really going through it, because the center of the reading is the Tower card. This is like, that's the phrase, right? Tower moment. Your person is going through that. Something in their life has fallen apart. You might even know what this is. We also have their totem as the skull. So there's a lot of that 8th house, scorpionic death, transformative energy going on here. The Tower is also ruled by Mars in the tarot, and we have the biggest obstacle here is the 7 of Wands, which is also a conflict card. Your person, I think, feels like they're fighting off people alone. This is the biggest obstacle to their peace right now, is just feeling kind of like people are coming at them from all angles here. In the past, I can see that this has really kept your person up. Maybe your person has known or felt like this Tower moment was coming from a long time. Just for some of you, I'm thinking that this could be a divorce for your person, or it honestly could be anything. Just the imagery here I'm noticing. So this has kept your person up at night, right? They obviously had a lot of worry, and that is in the past position. In the future position, I feel like they are waiting for, this is right, they're waiting for their ships to come in. They're in a better place, definitely, like moving towards the future. It's hard not to be, given their current state is the Tower card. So their subconscious mind, we have the 7 of Swords. Like I said, conflict, they've got a lot of conflict going on. This is like the biggest obstacle, their peace of mind. They don't feel like they can trust anybody. They feel like they're surrounded by liars and manipulators, people who will do anything in order to win. And your person feels like they have the high ground in this. They genuinely feel like they are in the right here. And they're hoping, they more than hoping, that justice will prevail, right? Because the tools at their disposal, we have Justice, the Justice card. This is Major Arcana. So the Tower is Major Arcana. This is pulling a lot of weight in this reading. They're really going through it. This is a hefty, hefty time. But it's nothing compared to, they have all these obstacles here, but it's nothing compared to justice. Like, ultimately, your person feels like justice is going to prevail in this situation. They might not see how, but they know that your person could literally be going to court, or they could be using the court system in order to kind of, if we're going to fight, we might as well do it in a court of law, where there are rules, and in order to help justice be served. So this definitely could be a divorce situation. Your person's attitude towards it is the King of Swords. They're trying to approach this in a very just, very balanced kind of a way. They're probably seeking out some kind of professional help, probably a lawyer in this, maybe even a therapist if kids are involved. They might even just be seeing a therapist for their own mental health, because I'm just seeing that their mental health is not so good right now. Really not so good. And it's a normal response to this. But your person's ready to cut out what needs to get cut out. They're ready to make head over heart decisions. They're probably minding their words. They're not saying a lot. They're probably very strategic in their public appearance. They might be running their own kind of PR, because, like I said, I feel like your person's kind of coming at, or there are people coming at your person. I don't think your person's really like taking many jabs at other people, but when they do, the things that they do challenge, that are being, maybe there's gossip going on about this person, the things that they're going to challenge, it's going to be swift, it's going to be direct, it's going to be a precise cut, it's going to be strategic. They're not just going to, fight everybody off. They're trying to maintain a sense of regality, in a sense, about this. The outside influences, this is definitely a situation that's gone to court, I really think, because you have the outside influences being the Hierophant being an institutional, I wanted to say monarch, but authority figure. This is an authoritative figure within an institution. So I do feel like there is a court or some other, some regulatory agency that's being involved in this situation. I mean, definitely divorce. So that's something that your person is aware of as well. And definitely with all this fighting, with all this bickering, I do think that there might be some gossip around the situation. And your person's thought a lot about it. It's kept them up at night. They're very aware that the situation is crap and that this is something that they have to go through. They're minding their time. They're trusting in institutions and people and systems that are supposed to help people go through this. And they're aware of their part in that they need to present themselves as professional, that they need to be willing to negotiate hard when need be, to cut things out that need to be cut out. And that it's just going to suck for a little while. I think your person's just aware that it's going to suck for a little while, and they're just looking forward to a time here in the future position where they can move on, where their ships are going to come in, where they're going to be able to start anew. They might want to even do some traveling. They might even want to go on a vacation or something after this. You're wondering what they need from you, right? Because clearly your person is going through some major stuff here, right? And we're going to get to that. Their hopes and fears for the situation is the Magician. They want to, again, remain balanced, stay in their personal power. They want to manifest a good outcome for themselves, one that is good financially, good emotionally, good in the sense of for their mental health, and also just for their soul. And I think your person really does want what's best for everybody. I think they're also afraid that they're being selfish. They don't want to be selfish. Your person strikes me as balanced. And your person might be a little bit afraid of just being alone, starting over by themselves. Maybe there are children involved. And I think your person might be afraid of all this. I do feel like this gossip, like a lot of people are maybe demonizing your person. And so there's a sense of being afraid of being alone and starting over new, completely fresh, right? So the outcome appears the Chariot. This is the young king moving forward, starting to form his own identity. This follows the Lover's card of, really becoming conscious of the energy of the fall. The energy of Ardra and that fall, right? And then we move into this Cancer Cancerian energy here. I'm also getting the energy of Saturn. I think this person is up to the challenge. So what do they need from you? Because, okay, we've established that they're going through it, and we've established that they're up to the challenge and that they're buckled in. What they need from you is the Hanged Man. They just need you to be patient with them. They just need you to be a source of support, a silent presence. Be patient, you know? They don't need a lot in terms of action here with the Hangman. They might need you to see them from a different perspective, especially if you're a part of a group that there's a lot of gossip going on. The Hangman's all about seeing things from a different perspective. So try to see this person's point of view. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to take any action based on it, but just kind of sit and reflect and meditate on what this person must be going through at this time, what could have caused these types of things. Because I think justice, you know, I read an excerpt from Carl Jung or Sally Nichols' book on tarot and the Jungian path in a previous video. And justice, it talks about the sword of justice that she holds here. It's for a much greater task than just, sorry about that, you guys. It's for a much greater task than just splitting hairs. And the passage ends with the phrase, only the ignorant imagine that they are guiltless. So this person, I don't see this person really trying to deny, like trying to say that they're a saint. I feel like your person knows that they're not a saint, that they did certain things wrong, but that other people are like, ah, like all over them. And it's like this person wants to move on from that. I feel like your person's like, yes, and, you know, I don't necessarily see them even making excuses for themselves. But I think they worry about what gossip, what fodder is going to grow. And maybe there are things, I think might be some things that aren't even true being said. So I think what your person needs from you is just patience and holding space for the human experience. Now, this may or may not be something that you are willing or able to give to this person at this time, but that is their perspective. So what's interesting about this Chariot card and the outcome is that, right, it comes from the two perspectives. This is all about, like, it's kind of an adolescent card coming out of being ruled by some authority. But then at the front of the Chariot, we've got the lingam and the yoni. I almost see this like a zipper to reality. So this could be like the outcome, and with the 7 here as well, coming towards some form of union, some form of reconciliation within the self, reconciling, you know, how could this person be this and also this? And your person might have to figure that out for themselves too, because, you know, maybe this person stepped out of their marriage. Maybe they did something that caused this Tower moment. I think they're aware of it. I don't think they did it like with a smile on their face, you know? And if they did, it was through unconsciousness. And this Tower moment is shaking them awake, and they're having to reconcile. They have to look at, life is forcing them to look in the mirror. So they're definitely going through that very spiritual human process that we all have to go through. And even if you can't forgive or excuse what this person did, I don't even see this person asking you to do that. I think this person just wants you to know that they're in process, that they are going through this process, and they're trying to do it. They're trying to do it as well as they can. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number 1. If that resonated, please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I love doing these videos for you guys, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Oh, wow. Sorry. Okay, pile number 2. Let's see what your person wants or needs from you at this time. right, pile number 2. What does your person want and or need from you at this time? Well, I'm not sure even your person knows. So let's just explore this a little further. So this, like, just like pile number 1, this could also be a divorce. But your person's definitely moving on from something difficult. Your person also could be struggling with some kind of an addiction, or they could just have something in their life that is like, this can be a card of functioning dysfunction. So someone could be experiencing that, or they could be leaving a troubled time for a better time. And they could be really, I'm also sensing family here, like they're really focused on their family during this process to make sure that their family is safe and okay. If this person does have an addiction, they're trying, or this is a divorce, they're trying to minimize the fallout for the people around them, for sure. Because in their subconscious, we have the Page of Cups. Now, if this is an addiction like alcohol, that could be what weighs on the back of their mind is maybe even going to social events, or just being tempted through something that looks innocuous into maybe having a drink again, and then that's going to send them spiraling into something. Maybe they make a fool out of themselves when they drink or something like that. Or heaven forbid, like have a child or something. Pages are children are messengers. This person could be, if this is a divorce, this person could be thinking a lot about their child. This could also be a mixture of the two. I know, like, a lot of times when readers say one or the other, this could be like a divorce over an addiction. You know what I mean? So this person could be thinking about their children, or their child in particular, through this, especially if their child's really young, or their child could have said something to them that really weighs on their mind. And has made them see themselves. It's ruffled their feathers a little bit, and it's given them a really good hard look at themselves. Your people have had a really good hard look at themselves, and they're realizing their destructive behaviors, I think. So in the past, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, this is oftentimes the Queen of Pentacles is a mother. So your person, maybe your person's even lost a child recently, had a miscarriage or something like that. And they're just trying to move on from this feeling. Let's just come back to this, because I want to look at the obstacle really quick here with the 8 of Cups. So the obstacle is the 8 of Cups, where it's like this person has emotional attachments. This in the obstacle position, right? It's like this person has emotional attachments that they're not able to really rise above right now. Also, I'm just getting heavy addiction imagery here. I mean, you even have the outcome with the moon up here. Definitely. There's imagery of relationship and addiction throughout this. So this is definitely your pile if you're resonating with one or both of those, because I'm kind of getting this intertwined energy of that. The obstacle, your person, if this is an addiction only, like your person wants to go away to rehab, but for some reason they can't do that because they have maybe some emotional, like some responsibilities that it's like they're telling themselves like, not yet. This is also the 8. It's an 8 card, and this is the eclipse, right? The moon eclipsing the sun. So maybe your person doesn't want to go away to rehab because they are afraid of what that's going to do to their reputation. They don't want to admit that they have a problem. That energy of 8, right? It's like those deep, dark, buried things that we really don't want to look at. So your person's afraid. Your person is definitely afraid. And it's like maybe in the past, maybe they could have an image of this Queen of Pentacles having everything together. Maybe they even really do have everything together with that Queen of Pentacles. Maybe they would have to leave their business in order to take care of this. Maybe in their marriage it was stable financially, but they know they have to move away from something emotionally. And they need the clarity to do that. And they know that in the future it's going to be a fight. And bickering It could even be over a child or over this, addiction. They don't want to. I hope you guys are following the two storylines. The tools at their disposal is the Knight of Cups. So if this is a relationship and they're moving away and they can't really seem to move away from things that they know this relationship is a functioning dysfunction in some kind of way. They want to move into calmer waters and they're trying to consider their family as they're doing that. Then what they have at their disposal is the Knight of Cups. This is, somebody who's very charming, somebody who is very loving. They might do little favors. They might, write a letter. This person's going to try to be loving and be expressive throughout this process. Even though they know the future has some fighting, they hope it's going to be light fighting. Things need to be sorted out, right? So your person's attitude towards the whole thing is the Eight of Pentacles. They're buckled in for the long haul. They know it's going to take a lot of work and skillful work at that. They know that they have to build a solid routine. They need to get repetition down. And that maybe they need a little time away from society, regular society, in order to really focus, in order to really establish new patterns, new habits. This is another 8. So it's there's some energy of needing to get away, needing to do something in private, in secret, so that they can fully explore and express themselves in whatever way it is, so that they can fully take a look. The 8 of Pentacles, he's clearly away from the society and the city. Maybe this person, it's they just want to focus on their work for now. They're trying to focus on their work so that they can make everything more stable, The outside influence is the Chariot. This is wanting to move forward. This is interesting as an outside influence. The Chariot is a major arcana card. So this is our first one that we've had in the reading. And we only have one more, which is the Moon. So as an outside influence, this is the Young King card. This is adolescence. Again, this could be a child. Some kind of outside influence. This is also somebody who has status. This is another moon energy card, right? Because the Chariot is the Cancer card. So interesting that the outside influence would be Cancer card ruling the moon, ruling the home. So maybe this person, it's they're worried about what their wife's family or their husband's family is going to think, what their own family is going to think about the direction that they need to move forward, and the boldness with which they need to move forward in order to reconcile something inside of themselves. Yoga means union. There's a lot in spirituality that talks about union, and it's talking about reconciling different parts of ourselves, right? Among other things, because that Hermetic phrase, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. When you reconcile things inside of you, oftentimes that's mirrored to you in the outside world, through a uniting, through a reconciliation of your relationships, whether that's, a romantic relationship or relationships with your families. This person might have childhood wounds that are contributing to either this unstable relationship or drinking addiction problem that they know that they need to face. Maybe they haven't talked to a parent in a long time, or somebody from their past has recently come back into their lives and things have really kicked up and they just really got a good hard look at themselves. So their hopes and fears is the Two of Cups. I think they're hoping that they can salvage this relationship. So if this is your marriage and you guys know that you are living in this functional dysfunction, things used to be really great. Maybe you started a family, things used to be really stable, and then all of a sudden wires got crossed, things went, haywire, and you've been asking your person to go to rehab. You've been asking your person to handle their emotional issues, because ultimately this can be a deep-seated emotional issue as presenting as an addiction with all the cup energy here, but this could be their inner emotional wounds that your person needs to sort through. They're hopeful that they can do that in order to fully participate in this relationship here. I mean, they want the Two of Cups. They're hopeful of that. They're also scared. I think they're scared of the process to get there. They want this outcome so bad, but they know that it's a long road to get there, and they're afraid of confronting all of these things. They're afraid of losing you, I think, even for a minute, is what I wanted to say. They're afraid of airing out all their dirty laundry. They're afraid of you seeing all that and loving them anyways, because I think this person maybe in the past has presented a really strong face. This person is concerned about their image, you know, and how that's going to impact them, their stability, I think. But know that this person wants to fight for it. They want to. It's just a matter of strength. And then up here, I know that you guys, you're like, well, what do they need from me? And we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. So the outcome is the moon. This is digging up deep emotional wounds, right? The moon, this is the Pisces card. A lot of times Pisces at 12th house, it does rule addictions, especially alcoholism, substances. This person's got to go through a dark night of the soul. They have to be willing to face certain pain. And the way that your person's coped with pain in the past is through substances. So there is a danger here of like a relapse. And I'm not saying that to like put any, you know, anything on you, because you have to do you, right? You guys have had a whole bunch of mess leading up to all of this. But your person's going to trudge up some things here. There's a healing process that needs to happen. There's some reflection that needs to happen. And it's a long road. Frankly, it's a long road. So what does your person need from you? We have the 7 of Cups. We have the 4 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. Let's take that. Okay. That's what I was saying. Your person doesn't really know what they want, but I'm thinking that they kind of need your help sorting out the ties, especially because we do have the Queen of Swords down here. They need your perspective. They need your honest and clear perspective. The Queen of Swords can be a little harsh, but I think you're a very loving person, and your person, that's why they want this energy from you. It's not that they want something harsh. It's just they trust you. And if you come at them with that Queen of Swords energy and you say, like, you need to realize when you go to this place and when you hang out with this person and this pattern that you have, and whenever you have a good year at work, or like, you know, whatever that is that's tied to their drinking, they need your help in sorting that out. We also have the 7 here. This is highly about relationship. And this is how it affects our relationship. This is how it affects your love, your emotions. I think your person, what they need from you, and again, this is up to you, they need a positive, happy, uplifting home where they can ultimately be victorious. They need support. I feel like your person just needs support, and they need to be uplifted. And that might be a tall order if this has been a functioning dysfunction for a long time and you guys have really gotten into it, and you have children involved, and there's reasons that this person can't even get away for a little bit to figure this out. This might be a tall order, but this is what your person wants. They want you to stay by their side. They want to be victorious with you. They really do. They want you to help them meet their goals. They want you to help them create an environment, a home environment like that doesn't have alcohol in it if this is an addiction problem. You know, if this is like a divorce or a relationship problem, it's like they want this relationships to stay together. They want there to be a happy home. They want for you guys to talk about things. They want for you to use reflective sentences. They want to be victorious, ultimately. So that is what I have for you guys, pile number 2. If that resonated, please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I love doing this for you guys, and I hope to see you again. Okay, pile number 3. Let's see what your person wants or needs from you at this time. Interesting group. Pile number 3, there is a lot to unpack here, so let's do just that. There were definitely some words said in a hurry. I don't like it when people say not tactfully with the Knight of Swords. Shots were fired, kind of is what I want to say. Maybe, like, I'm getting Vince Vaughn from The Breakup, where he's like, Jennifer Aniston's brother with the a cappella group was there, and he got throat punched. And he gives her that whole speech in the kitchen about, like, there's a difference between, like, having a dancing sprite, like, trick you with foolery and then punch you in the throat, right? So and he says something to her about, like, well, all you do is make moves from up in your ivory tower. So I'm thinking that somebody maybe made some moves from up in their ivory tower. They had their armor on and they threw some punches at this person. At this emperor, kind of emperorly like person. I do think there's a status difference. There definitely was in the past. And it broke your person's heart. These words, whatever was said. However, I mean, honestly, the swords rule truth, right? So it could have been true. It just, maybe, I hate saying this, as an air sign, because, I don't know, that phrase of, like, if it can be killed by truth, it should be killed by truth. And if you feel like you need to get something off of your chest, it's really hard for me to be like, well, you need to put the extra time and effort into making sure you don't, like, hurt some a-hole's feelings. But I don't think this person was an a-hole. I think they're just used to being in charge. I think he had a problem with it. There were definitely some words said towards this person about how they give from a place of superiority. That's what the Six of Pentacles is all about. And that you felt like you weren't worthy and that you just had to deal with this person's crumbs. Something like that. Because in the future, I see, like, you want to work together. You want to work on more equal terms and build something in a healthier way. But the Three of Pentacles is also about, like, this person has this place of expertise. I'm just seeing this more as, like, a consenting relationship. Because in the past, I'm not sure it was a consenting relationship where it's like this person, maybe with this scale here, I can't help but think, like, this person right here, it's like, oh, I'm, like, helping my karmas by giving to these people from this place of superiority, when it's like, roll up your sleeves, like, have some empathy, systematic change. This is kind of like my capitalism card of, exploitation and having people that benefit from the system and people that don't benefit from the system. And then the people who benefit from the system giving to the people who don't benefit from the system from this place of superiority. So there's some kind of imbalance like this. And I think you pointed it out. In a way that this person got an image of themselves that wasn't this benevolent, giving emperor type of a person, that was kind of gross. But I think what's blocking this for your person is, like, that it actually wounded them. And this could be narcissistic injury, where it's like they're very sensitive and, you poke the bear and you said something and I think this was really shocking for your person. Like, they were legitimately shocked to hear that, like, you thought of them that way. Because they think of themselves in a high light, in a benevolent light. And in the future, your person really wants you to look up to them. They really want you to acknowledge some kind of expertise that they have. They want it to be consenting, if that makes sense. Like, your admiration of them, they want it to be consenting. Or maybe they know that you guys need to work together in the future in order to build something, in order to build whatever their dream is, or maybe you guys work together. You definitely could work together. There's work energy here, or you met, like, in the workplace or something like that. But what weighs in their subconscious is that they're genuinely confused. They're confused, I think, about their own actions because you pointed something out. And they're confused about what exactly it is that you want, what it is that they want. It's like, well, who am I supposed to be? Because I'm not sure that you, like, laid it out for this person. I think you said some very specific, pointed things. And so this person's like, well, did I do this for the money? Did I do this? You kick this person up into some kind of spiritual whirlwind. And honestly, you guys might have some 12th house overlays where you have a luminary in their 12th house, this Pisces Neptunian house, because that can be a really uncomfortable place for people, because the 12th house, we're not super aware of those things. That's where things go to dissipate and merge into another world. A lot of people think that's, past lives. If you have 12th house planets, it a lot of times makes you very, you might have some spiritual gifts, some clairaudience, clairsentience, something like that. But a lot of people say that's like you being stuck in a past life part of you or something like that. I'm not making a commentary on any of it. I'm just throwing out there so you can kind of understand the nature of the 12th house. And so I think you lit up this person's 12th house, in a sense, ways that they kind of lose people, or parts of themselves that they weren't really ready to acknowledge. And they're like, this is in here? Am I greedy? Am I, a little bit of am I a womanizer? Do I have to win at all costs? Did I do this for the prestige? Things like that. You kicked up all that dust. You kicked up all this stuff that had kind of settled. You shook this person up. Or somebody did. If it wasn't you, somebody did, because this is their current state. And they might be saying things now, right? Because this is their current state with the Knight of Swords. So if you need to flip it, go ahead and flip it. Like, this person could be saying things. This person might come off a little bit erratic, like they're not thinking things through. And in the past, you might have tried to give to this person from a place of superiority. Like, maybe you're a counselor, or you've been through this before. Something like that. And this person was like throwing jabs at you. But you guys want to work together. So the tools at this person's disposal is the Tower. Martian energy. I'm also seeing Martian energy up here with the Emperor. Your person is very Mars. Very masculine energy here. Very initiatory. They strike first. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing. Yeah, the Tower, I think, like, whatever fallout, they're wanting to use this as a tool. I guess to their credit, Or they might have, like, a zinger or some knowledge that could really shake some things up here. And they're kind of holding on to it. But the Mars, though, it's like Mars rules the first house and the 8th house. So I'm getting that there's something about, like, your person, your physical self, your body, maybe even your health. The 8th house ruling deep, dark, buried secrets. This person, like, you lit up this person's 12th house. This person might be lighting up your 8th house. This could be sexual energy that this person feels that they have at their disposal. But some kind of, it could even be knowledge. This person could be a healer. They could be something like that. They have some secret knowledge that they feel like just an ace in the hole. Ace in the hold. So their attitude towards the whole thing is the Queen of Cups. They're probably tight-lipped. They probably have a lot of feelings going on, but those feelings are pretty balanced. I feel like, the Queen of Cups sits on the side of the water, so she's not consumed by it. But she sits right up there next to it. So your person feels a little bit detached from all of this. Even though you kicked everything up, it's like they're almost watching it like it's happening to someone else, like it's a movie. And they're trying to be receptive. And they're trying to go through an internal process by themselves. They're trying to protect themselves, but also look at it. Honestly, your person strikes me as trying to deal with this in a really balanced kind of a way. And I'm noticing the cherubs over here looking over her shoulders. So it's like they're trying to remove their ego from it and look at it from a child's perspective of, like, how is this person's image of me? Is what they're saying true? A child that doesn't have any prior knowledge of anything. They're really trying to look at it with fresh eyes. And I think that there is something about this, like, they value this relationship. They're a nurturer. Maybe they're trying to be nurturing. Outside influence is judgment. You have heavy plutonic energy in this pile. Something got shaken up here. There was something that really, this person got a wake-up call, man, from the outside world, judgment. And this person, whatever was said here, could have caused outside judgment of, like, how this person has behaved. and a cycle could be ending. I do feel like this is like kind of a divine process. I know it probably sucks and there's a lot of crummy energy going on, but this feels like a very karmic process where somebody got a really heavy dose of themselves. Like they had to look at themselves. And parts of themselves that maybe they thought were long since dead, that they hadn't looked at for a while, that they weren't even aware was here. And maybe they feel like this is you, this divine angel that came in and blew the trumpet and was like, what is this nonsense? I'm just getting this image like of dust, like just dust being kicked up everywhere. So maybe this even happened on social media or something where other people were involved. In the past, I'm definitely seeing like you guys could have worked together on a daily basis. One of you guys could have been a client to the other one, like, you know, and this person you felt like was giving you crumbs. The person who was the giver, right? Because the 6 rules daily things. But in the future, it's like more of a community thing. Maybe the client thing falls away. I mean, this could have caused disruption in a community here with the 3. And this person doesn't know how to move forward with this energy. This is you or somebody else that they're dealing with. And I know you're asking, well, what do they want or need from me? And we're going to get there. So their hopes and fears is the Ace of Swords. They want clarity. They want the truth. The cold, hard truth. They want it, and they're afraid of it too. This person's afraid of this process. We all are. This is a very spiritual process that's going on here, by the way. So it's like they just want some clarity on it. They want to have words. They want to probably listen to you, but also I feel like in a non-defensive kind of a way. Like they want you to just lay it on them. And if the relationship needs to die, the relationship needs to die. But they're afraid of that too, right? Hopes and fears. And they're afraid of this process, this reflective process, right? Because the Ace of Swords is a beginning that requires logic, like to continue it, that requires that intellectual process. And then the outcome is the Emperor. This person, I think, being the emperor of their own domain. I think this person probably is going to, they might seem a little withdrawn. They might just appear that way, but they're still engaged. They're engaged in a really healthy way. They could, you know, spend a lot of time at home, getting their home in order. They might even talk to people like advisors, but they're going to make the decision. You know, they might be asking people that they live with what their opinions are of them in this certain ways that maybe you or someone else had pointed out here. This person might be more independent. They might even toughen up. The Emperor is a very independent person, very strong. So they're going to stay in this divine masculine energy here. So what do they need from you through all of this? We have the 5 of Swords, which is very interesting. So clarifying that, we have the Hierophant and then the Knight of Cups. Let's just take that. I really don't like this card in the deck. Like, I just don't get good vibes from it. So it's like, what do they need from you? Are you the person? The whole question of this card is, are you the person in the foreground? Or are you the people in the background? So this person could be saying that you need to back down and respect their authority with the Hierophant card here. They might need for you to like stop talking, put your sword down, and walk away. Being in the background, right? And with the Knight of Cups, like, apologize. I feel like I'm gonna hear some of you like, F this person. Because, like, here's the thing. You needed to say something. I'm an air sign, so, like, I don't know. I'm like, if you needed to say something, if the truth needed to be had, then the truth needed to be had. So hold on, I think I can read this another way. So if you're the person in the foreground, it's like this person might need you to keep coming at them. Like, you could be strong in this place. I'm not quite getting that because we have the Knight here and your person's kind of showing up as the Emperor. And the Tower and the Queen of Cups. Like, your person's showing up as strong, like maybe even, I don't mean to be offensive, but like stronger than you, even if it's just in a worldly sense. Yeah, I'm thinking your person, also with the Hierophant clarifying it, it's like something about institution, something about, because the Hierophant is an authority within an institution. So it's like your person needs you to understand something about an institution and about their authority. With the Knight of Cups, like, it just might be offering an apology. Yes, it could be just like offering some kind words, some like starting again. You know, they might need you to come, like, they might just need you to apologize. Your person could be very stoic. They could be like not willing to make a move towards you, even though it's like they want the truth and they're like trying to go through this reflective process. It's like they might need you to just like, oh, this is enough. Like, I don't know, your person, I don't know. I can't interpret any further than this because I feel like I'm just painting myself over this now and I don't want to do that. But yeah, I think your person just wants you to like drop the swords and walk away and let them be in charge within a certain area of institute. Like within it, I think this person has some kind of expertise. And recognize that like your person, I think for them, it's like, at least within this institutional area of expertise, they try to behave in a moral manner. They try to behave in a way that is just, that is just. In order to ground spirituality into the material world. Like, your person's really trying to do that. I think they just want you to say that you're sorry. Because I think all of this really hurt them. Because, I mean, your person might be in a position of power and of authority where people look up to them, and it's like they are like, oh, this is so thankless. You know, I'm trying to help this person. I do, like, your person does have knowledge to give. Like, so that's what I have for you guys, pile number 3. If that resonated with you, please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. A little bit of some tough, like, weird messages today, so I hope that that was all right and that you guys are doing okay through it. So have a good night. I hope to see you guys back here again. Bye.